One of the most exciting things that sets the Individual Coverage Health Reimbursement Arrangement, or ICHRA, apart from other HRAs or group health plans is the flexibility to designate different employee classes. The use of employee classes allows employers to differentiate or categorize employees into groups to make it easier to customize their benefit. The ICHRA comes with 11 different employee classes that employers can leverage to structure benefit eligibility and allowance amounts. These classes help businesses both big and small effectively use their health benefit to hire and keep valuable employees. In this video, we'll explain what the 11 employee classes are, as well as how to use them to define ICHRA eligibility and allowance amounts so they match your goals for health benefits. First, let's talk about how ICHRA classes work. Employee classes are a way of separating employees into groups by legitimate job-based criteria. For example, your organization might be most concerned about hiring and keeping full-time employees. In this case, your benefits budget would be used most effectively if you decided to offer your ICHRA only to employees in the full-time class. Or, as is the case with many businesses now, your organization may be fully remote. This means you might have employees in another state where health benefits are more expensive. In this case, you could structure eligibility to offer your ICHRA only to those in the in-state employee class, or you could offer different allowance amounts to the in-state employee class and the out-of-state employee class. With this added flexibility, your organization can use these classes to help you both hire and keep your best employees. So which employee classes are available with an ICHRA? An ICHRA allows employers to use 11 different employee classes. First, there's full-time employees. Employers can choose whether they define full-time employment as averaging 30 hours or more a week, or as averaging 40 hours or more a week. However, if you're intending to use your ICHRA to satisfy the employer mandate, you'll need to consider full-time employees as averaging at least 30 hours a week. Second, there's part-time employees. Again, employers can choose whether to define part-time employment as averaging under 40 hours a week or as averaging under 30 hours a week. Third, there's seasonal employees. Seasonal employees are those who are hired into a position on a short-term basis. Fourth, there's temporary employees who work for a staffing firm. These employees provide temporary services for the organization, but are formally employed through a staffing firm. Fifth, there's salaried employees. Salaried employees are those who are paid on an annual basis and aren't eligible for overtime pay. Sixth, there's hourly employees. Hourly employees are those who are paid on an hourly basis and can earn overtime. Seventh, there's employees covered under a collective bargaining agreement. These employees have entered into a written agreement between the organization and their trade union on the conditions of employment, rate of pay, hours of work, and other working conditions. Eighth, there's employees in a waiting period. These are employees who are currently in a waiting period for health benefits. Employers can choose to implement waiting periods of up to 90 days. Ninth, there's foreign employees who work abroad. These employees work outside of the United States for a U.S.-based employer or an international company with offices in the U.S. 10th, there's employees in different locations based on rating areas. These employees live outside the individual health insurance rating area of your organization's physical address. Lastly, employers can also create additional classes by combining two or more of the above classes. For example, you may create a class of full-time employees who live outside your organization's rating area. Within each class, employers can also choose to alter allowance amounts by the employee's age and family size. For example, you can offer $500 to full-time employees who are single and $800 to full-time employees who have a family. When it comes to varying allowance amounts based on age, employers can only offer higher allowances to older employees. Employers can offer allowances to the oldest employees in the class that are up to 3 times higher than the allowances offered to the youngest employees in the class. Beyond these customizations of family status and age, you must offer your ICHRA to each employee in the same class on the same terms. Finally, let's talk about employee class size requirements. If you choose to offer both an ICHRA and group health insurance based on full-time or part-time status, salaried or hourly payment structure, or geographic location, you must ensure your employee classes are of a certain size. The minimum employee class sizes vary by employer size. If you have fewer than 100 employees, you need at least 10 employees in a class. If you have between 100 and 200 employees, you need at least 10% of the total number of employees in a class. If you have more than 200 employees, you need at least 20 employees in a class. While employers aren't required to use employee classes to structure their benefit, organizations who take advantage of them have the freedom to make decisions on benefit eligibility or allowance amounts according to the unique demographics of their organization. Employee classes enable employers to use their ICHRA to more effectively hire and keep valuable employees, the ultimate goal of health benefits. We know that some class combinations can get complicated, but you don't have to go it alone. At PeopleKeep, our award-winning customer support team helps thousands of organizations administer their own HRAs every day, and we'd love to help you too. Tap below to subscribe and get more health benefits updates like this. If you're interested in an HRA for your organization, visit PeopleKeep.com to learn how we can help you get started.